guys, we are here at Universal Orlando Resort. Today is the Phase 1 opening here of CityWalk. We're so excited to be here, but today's video is all about the differences. These are things that we're not used to here at Universal. So let's jump into the top things that are gonna be different going forward here at Universal Orlando Resort. For the Phase 1 reopening, Universal Orlando opened Universal CityWalk from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. There are only a few locations at CityWalk that are open. These include Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, Red Oven Pizza Bakery, Voodoo Donut, Auntie Anne's. There's also some outdoor shopping kiosks, the Universal Store, Hart and Huntington Tattoo Company, the store only, and Hollywood Drive-In Golf. These are the locations that are currently open at CityWalk for Phase 1. Before we hopped into the car to visit CityWalk, we pulled up the guidelines on the Universal Orlando website. Universal did have several guidelines that would affect our visit. One of the big guidelines is masks. You must wear a mask during your visit to Universal Orlando. You can either bring your own mask or purchase one at Universal CityWalk at cost. Now on opening day, I did not see anyone without a mask. It looked like all the locals visiting knew the requirement and did come prepared. Universal Orlando did recommend social distancing throughout CityWalk. They even provided floor markings in areas that may cause clusters of people. This includes security, temperature checks, restaurants, and stores. There are a lot of things that are different at Universal Orlando. Let's jump into some of the changes at Universal for the reopening. Parking for Phase 1 includes regular parking. There is no valet, but the best news, it's free. So you get free parking when you visit Universal CityWalk. One of the first noticeable changes at Universal Orlando is parking. The Universal team members had us park in every other spot. This left plenty of space for social distancing on the sides of your car to exit. This thought never crossed my mind, so kudos to Universal for thinking of social distancing, even in a parking lot. We watched the team members and they did fill up those empty spaces about 15 minutes later with a new batch of cars. As we left the parking lot, we saw a line of people. There were blue signs on the ground about 6 feet apart. The signs included 6 feet and 2 meters for those international guests. Universal Orlando does attract a lot of international guests, so having the signs with feet and meters will help everyone understand the proper social distancing. This first line was a temperature check. The team member asked if it was okay that she get a temperature. The temperature tester was held close to her head but did not touch the skin. Getting a temperature check was definitely something new at Universal Orlando, but the line went really fast. One of our favorite ways to pay for food at Universal Orlando is with mobile ordering. This is always a huge time saver at the Universal parks. You can click the eye in the sky to learn more about mobile ordering and some of our other favorite Universal tips. For the reopening at Universal CityWalk, many of the food locations had mobile ordering. You can download the Universal Orlando app to your smartphone. You can then order your food or drinks. Once your food is ready, you just stop by the food location and pick it up. During our visit to Universal CityWalk, we did use mobile ordering at Voodoo Donut. It saves time and is a great cashless option. Universal Orlando also takes Apple and Google Pay if you prefer those methods. but you can still use cash, debit, and credit cards if you want to use those methods too. As we walked into Universal CityWalk, 2 team members were welcoming everyone and going over the guidelines. They were reminding everyone about social distancing, masks, and hand washing procedures. They were funny and trying to make it a fun experience.
While you're waiting to get into those awesome restaurants, please make sure to stand on those blue tiles. What would you say is comparable to 6 feet, Devin?
I would have to say 3 minions.
3 minions enjoying some bananas. It's about 6 feet apart. Well done.
I think one of the biggest changes during our visit at Universal Orlando was at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. It was a 2.5-hour wait. They did not take reservations. It was only walk-up service. They had outdoor seating at the restaurant and the bar. All of the seating was limited to 25% capacity. The tables were really spread out, so you were 6 feet or farther from other tables. There are a lot of changes in regards to dining, so let's jump in with some of those changes. Our server did wear a mask, and he approached us from one side of the table. He told us he would only be at this one side of the table. He would serve drinks, food, and pick up plates from that one side of the table. This eliminated any close proximity to customers. Almost everything was disposable, including the menu. We could keep the menu as a souvenir, or he would just throw it away after our meal. Once we sat down at our table, we received 2 Universal Orlando bags to remove our face masks and store during our meal. I thought this was a great idea and something I did not even consider. We enjoyed our dining experience. Margaritaville did have live music, so we enjoyed the live music as we watched the sunset over CityWalk. A huge difference at Universal CityWalk is the signage. There are signs everywhere reminding us of social distancing and the Universal Orlando guidelines. We saw signs in the bathroom, in the stores, outside, by security, you name it, they were everywhere. Just friendly reminders of the guidelines. Universal Orlando did limit capacity to CityWalk for the Phase 1 opening. This also included restaurants and stores inside CityWalk. The Universal store was open for souvenir shopping, including our favorite Harry Potter merchandise. They did have one direction for entrance into the store and one direction for exit. There were team members at each location to direct customers. You normally see team members cleaning, but Universal Orlando bumped it up a lot. In every direction, you would see a team member sanitizing down something. It could be surfaces, handrails, doors, handles. They were cleaning everything. The mini golf was open for part of the Universal Orlando reopening. All of the golf clubs and balls are handed to the customer. If a customer touches a golf club and then changes their mind, the team member takes the club back and sanitizes it. All the balls are sanitized at the end of the night. The golfers are also notified about proper social distancing during the game. Universal even has team members walking the course to make sure everyone keeps their distance. Even with all the rules, there was a steady stream of players and lots of family fun. Universal Orlando did a great job for this reopening. I felt completely safe and cannot wait for the Universal parks and resorts to open. We've been told by Universal that they are still hoping for a June 1st opening, keeping our fingers crossed. Be sure you subscribe to our channel to get the latest travel updates. Next week, we're actually going to be at Disney Springs live streaming Disney's Phase 1 opening. Keep on dreaming, and we will see you then. Bye. Love you all.